Yeah, we're getting started now. No talking.
Nothing personal, right?
No, it's okay. Nothing personal taken. So welcome to Wealth Building Wednesday. Here we go. Can you help me out with something? Sounds like this is actually really loud. Can you just give out one? And then when people come, can you make sure they get one? Thank you. Okay, so Rico's handing out something I want to go over with you in a little bit. But I wanted to start Wealth Building Wednesday on time so I can get you out of here on time. Sound good? All right. So it's Thanksgiving week coming up, right? I thought we'd go around and just quickly, whoever wants to share, you don't have to share, but share what you're thankful for. I think it would be good for us to hear. Sometimes we don't always share what we're thankful for, and this is a good time of year to do it. So, anyone want to start us off?
I am thankful for this wonderful caring office and company that I work for.
Amen.
Awesome. There's so much.
Good health.
Good health, yes, absolutely. Good. Anything else?
Thankful for the Thanksgiving feast we had the other day.
Wonderful.
Not every office, you know what? When you work here, you think you have the same energy
Right,
that's at every office, but it's not.
right.
People tell us we have great energy here. And thanks for everybody that brought all the food, the setup, the cleanup.
Especially the cheesecake, I heard.
I haven't, I don't know
Track
who
that
brought
one
the
down
cheesecake.
Yeah, we gotta track them down. Yeah, we go.
I'm real thankful for, like you said, like the mindset of this company, because before I came in here, I was very small-minded. And now I'm very big-minded, very goal-oriented, and it really helps me to be a great father to my kids
Wow.
and a better husband to my wife. Awesome.
Do you have a brother?
And is he single?
Yeah, I forgot about that part.
I was going to say, I'm very thankful for all of the agents that teach all of the Ignite classes and all the training classes.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a class that I've missed since I've gone full-time.
Wow.
And I am so appreciative for all of their knowledge and expertise. And I mean, it's just pages and pages of notes that I write. And I'm so thankful for everyone that gives up an hour and a half of their day
Right.
to give the knowledge to all of us newer agents.
And that is our model of giving back and making sure together everyone achieves more, right? And share profit, and we're already profitable, so if you make money towards the profit, that helps everybody, right? So, yeah. We have a special guest here, I don't know if you mind if I stay, but Max Lancaster is here from KW Princeton. He is the OP there, and he is here to see what we do here with this, because I think he's interested in maybe starting it in Princeton. That would be awesome if we could duplicate those places, right? Everything that we do that's well, and we'll share. So he asked me if he was able to attend, and I said, absolutely, come on over. So he got here on time, so I appreciate that. It's good. We're glad to have you.
Thank
Yeah.
Can I just say something, that this is a small crowd? It's usually bigger than this, and I don't know if it's because we have bowl tomorrow, and everybody's so busy doing their homework. So I just wanted to mention that this is a small crowd.
Yeah, we generally almost fill this room once a month. I don't know when, second Wednesday of the month usually. 1 o'clock to 2:30. What are you thankful for?
Thankful for being in the area that we're in. We can be in California.
Yeah, with the wildfires? Yeah.
All the homes lost there. Imagine the realtors, what do they do?
Yeah, their towns are gone. The Phillies coach, manager, Gabe Kaplan, lost his house, burned down. Thank God no one was there. They were warned ahead of time. But thankful for it?
Yeah, I'm thankful for that, a company that, you know, regardless of who you are, whether you're like myself, like a college dropout who really had no future, can come into a company like this and learn the things that people who go to college and don't get, and can attain a level of success that people that have real jobs don't get, and you can make your life what you want it to be. It's just amazing. It's an awesome place.
Wow.
Great place.
Who else? You thankful for something? John?
I'm thankful to God for allowing me to live long enough to find the right company to work for.
He's had one foot in this door for what, 10 years or something?
In and out, in
Yeah.
and out.
He's finally here and he's all in, so that's good. That's good, John. Anybody else? What are you thankful for? Daisy?
I'm thankful for my health, and for the energy to get up and show up,
Mm-hmm.
and for, my family, and especially my supportive husband, who's always had my back.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Awesome. Grace?
I'm thankful for the fact that whenever I'm panicked, there's always somebody in the office, and I think that it's so hard to say thank you to everybody that's guiding us, to make sure that we're doing everything right, like in the middle of the night, I'm like, I have a termination, I've never, it's so nice that we have an office where we post it on Facebook and somebody calls you and helps you through the process. So I never feel alone, especially like every transaction is different. So it's so nice to have that, it's like instantaneous support, so thank you. I mean, I can't say thank you enough.
It's interesting, we feel each other's stress even on Facebook, right? Like, hey, how do I do this, or I'm dealing with this. I need this contractor type, or whatever it is, right?
Yeah, so
It's cool that we have people that jump right in.
I know.
It's,
Especially when somebody's waiting for an answer, and you're like, what do I
Right.
do? Like, lawyer, what
How
do
much
I
time
do?
do I
Like,
have?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's.
I gotta get it yesterday. Good. Anyone else? What are you thankful for? Jess?
Thankful that the sun came up today.
It's not raining?
That every day just gives the opportunity to start afresh and start new. And a beautiful sunny day like today just brings that home for me. Yesterday doesn't matter.
True.
I think I've shared this with you guys, that when I was in high school, my mom used to pack my lunch in a brown paper bag, right? And she would write something on the outside with a pencil. And a lot of times it would be have a great day or something. But sometimes she would put a Bible verse. And she wouldn't write the verse out, she would just give a reference. And one of them was in Lamentations, which is it goes along with what Jess is saying. And it says that we're thankful for the dew every morning that comes on the grass, because it's a reminder of God's faithfulness. It never ends. His mercies renew every day. And that has just been a thing that I've held my whole life. And it started when I was a teenager, And just to know the blessing, hey, I woke up today. I'm breathing. I'm able to be here with you guys, with awesome people, and we can learn together, right? Yeah. It's been raining so much, it's just thankful for any not rain day. I've never seen so much rain this year. Talk to somebody in construction, right? They're pulling their hair out right now. I heard a story on Facebook, a local attorney from Yardley, probably my age, around 50 years old. His wife had bronchitis. Saturday morning, went to the doctor. They said, you better go to the ER, there's something going on. She thought she had bronchitis. And within an hour, she was dead, 50 years old. Healthy otherwise. You don't know. You're not guaranteed tomorrow. Neither am I, right? You just don't know. What kind of impact are you going to make on the people around you that you love and care for, right? That's what I want to influence you with in Wealth Building Wednesday. I'm not going to always accomplish that, probably to where maybe we all would want me to, and where I would want to. But if I can influence you any way, I'm going to do it. And so I appreciate you guys coming to something like this. I'm going to give you some things to think about today. And actually, I'd like to do a slight workshop where you actually do a little bit of work today. I'm going to make you use your brain just a little bit, if you don't mind. I know some of you are in bold. Who's in bold right now? So you have tomorrow coming, right? This Thursday. So I'm so excited for what's going on in bold, and what Jaime is just an amazing coach. The best that I've personally seen, and we've seen some good ones here. But he is off the chart, I think, in his genuine way about him and everything. So Yeah, stick with Jaime, do what he says, I promise you, he's not gonna steer you the wrong way. So I appreciate you guys saying what you're thankful for, because I think sometimes we don't take the time to think about what we're thankful for, because, did you see what's on my schedule? Did you see tomorrow and the next day? I have somebody contacting me right now, I can't find time on my schedule for them. That's not good, right? So we're really busy people, we're on call all the time, right? We're trying to handle business, personal, family, whatever, right, all the time. Exercise, go at noon sometimes, right, Joel? Just because you're finding it. Bob went at 3:30 in the morning, I think, to exercise, you know, he's a little nuts, but that's okay. He's going, right? That's the good thing. So let's talk a second for why we're here. You've seen this slide before, and I promise you I've used it at least 2 times in the last year in Wealth Building Wednesday. But I want to influence you, that I want you to think about how you can change your behavior or think differently. That's the first thing, all right? So some of you are way better at being focused than others, right? Some of you, if I said, how would you rate yourself on being focused? You'd rate yourself pretty high. Some of you'd be in the middle, and some of you'd say, I'm not focused at all. I see a squirrel and I'm done, you know, right? So how do we consistently think differently, right? How do we consistently change our behavior? Because guess what? If you're anything like me, you revert back to bad habits when things get busy, when things get tough, when you get tired. What does the one thing book say? Do what you have to do in the morning because you have more energy. It's just a proven scientific fact. By the afternoon, we have less willpower, guaranteed, and by the evening, we eat chocolate when we don't want to eat chocolate. Right? Bottom line. In the morning, we don't eat chocolate because we have the willpower to say no sometimes. Whatever your hang-up is, I mean, just chocolate. Right? My one daughter only likes white chocolate. She doesn't like milk chocolate. I'm like, you're not even from America, are you? The other thing is to unlimit your beliefs. Some of you don't quite grasp that right now, but I want you to understand that every one of us have limiting beliefs that have been somehow programmed into our minds without us knowing. That's what I would say. Am I right? No. Bob explained it one time to me. He said, he was thinking about a family member, I believe he was talking about, and he said, it's kind of like a computer. They don't have an upgrade in their operating system. They've never been upgraded. So that makes sense to some of us who, you know, growing up in the computer age, right? Your phone sometimes doesn't work until you like it glitches, right? And then you update it and it works. I remember my wife one time having battery problems. The battery's just shooting down without her even really using it. It was ridiculous. She never listened to the update. She would swipe it off like, that might ruin my phone or something. You know, she had this like fear. What she didn't know is when she upgraded it, her phone worked perfectly. She didn't have a battery problem anymore. She didn't have to get a new phone, not a new battery, nothing. She had to upgrade her system. That's kind of what I want to talk to you today about. What is your system? What is your calendar like? Could you and I sit down right now and me figure out what you value, what you really do by your calendar? What your personal system is? There's some weird people in this company that have color coordinated calendars, right? And they're like really into it and you're like, that's impressive, right? My assistant has her color and mine on my calendar, right? So if it's her color, I don't pay attention to it at all. You know, she has to pay attention to both our colors, but that's another thing. How about this, to have a business plan for 2019? How good would that be? If you had an idea, how many appointments do I need to go on in 2019 to just hit my goals? Would that be an awesome thing to know? Because what can we do? We can break that down to monthly, weekly, and even daily, right? So if I know, I told you guys this story before, that, that every January 2nd was my most hated day of the year. Does anybody remember why?
I sort of, I remember you saying it.
Okay.
Start all over again.
Yeah, so January 1st was an awesome day because it was like lots of food and family and football for me. There's the three F's at least, right? That's what I like. I like having people in my home. I like Carrie's cooking and baking, right? And I like my family being around me. We have fun and enjoy the time spent, right? So that's what I would prefer to do on January 1st. But then, towards the end of the day, I'm in a food coma, I'm not feeling so good probably, I need a nap maybe, right? And I start to go, oh no, tomorrow I gotta do this all over again. I got stressed, like, we have to sell 70 houses next year. How did we do that this year? I forget, right? And it was a lot of work, and I'm not sure I wanna go through the pain, of it. And so January 2nd, I used to literally hate. I didn't want to get out of bed. Anybody feel like that? Maybe another day of the year too. But every Monday. Yeah. So what if we had a business plan? Some of you sent me your business plan last Wealth Building Wednesday, correct? From the one we did? Who did that? Raise your hand. You guys are totally awesome. I love you. And have you looked at it since? We got some yeses and some nos. Okay, so at the end of the day, we don't do them just to do them and put them in the drawer and close it. We need to be looking at it and putting a strategy on how to accomplish it, right? I'm gonna show that spreadsheet to you in a couple minutes again, and we're gonna talk about how to think about that spreadsheet. It is not about filling out a spreadsheet. It's about the actions that spreadsheet will have you do. Okay? Yes? Everybody's like, no, I'm not doing action plan. I'm just not doing it. All right. So remember that change behaviors, think differently. What to focus on. Today I want to talk a little bit about what to focus on. Wouldn't that be nice? I've had people say to me, what do I do today? Like, what do you focus on? What's the goal? Is my question, right? What do I track? How do I know I'm on par with my goal? Do we even have a goal? Right? How do I know? How do I track it? How do I know what's going on? Am I doing well? Am I up to? It's not bad in January, but by March, you'll have a track record, right? You'll have something that you either tracked or didn't track to fill out. I would like all of us, and some of you are totally already amazing, and believe me, I know that. But we all can improve our lives. No matter how good we got it going, right? So what if all of us went from salesperson to business person and took that step? Some of you are like, John, I just want to sell houses. Leave me alone. I'm like, okay, good. But could you use 5 more, 10 more? Right? All right, that's good. You don't have to become a real business person like I'm talking about, right? Track all your numbers. But what's 10 deals in our marketplace? How much money is that?
For me, 50,000.
50, 60,000? I wish Larry Minsky was here right now because I thought he was going to show up. In his price range, that's $120,000. Probably, right?
He's in Florida.
He's in Florida. That's right. He's living the life we're supposed to all live, right? A life worth living. That's good. Okay, so does this sound okay? If we accomplish at least some of this, that'd be good. All right, let's move on. I put in front of you, Rigo did, thank you, gave you guys a 411 to take a look at. Does anyone know, besides Bob and some of the other people that actually work it, what is a 411 and what's the purpose of it? Do you know? Yeah.
To simplify what your 135 is.
Okay. He's using Keller Williams terms. That's another language if you're not plugged in. So can you explain what you mean?
So whatever your goal is, you back into it actually. So the 1 is your yearly,
Yep,
and then the other 1 is monthly,
Yep.
and then the 4 is what you're gonna do weekly.
good. Agree? Yeah,
And Lisa Wallenbach talks about this all the time.
yeah. So Lisa Langenbach is a really good example of somebody who pushed away from this for a long time. I wish she was here, I would have her just tell a testimonial right now. But now, she's religious with this because she knows how it changed her life to stay focused. And that's really what we're talking about, is focus. Know what our goal is, have a focus of accomplishing it. It's not the be-all to end-all. If you fill out a 401 and the spreadsheet, Mark, and you put it in your drawer and never look at it again, right? Like you did with the business plan? I'm kidding you. He's the one that shook his head, no, I haven't looked at it since.
Take it back, I think of it as a thing.
Yes, you did, that's right, okay. So the 411, if you look at the sheet that you have, it's two-sided. The one side is blank, because I would like you to actually start to fill it out. We're gonna do that as a workshop. You don't have to do the whole year and all your plans. Well, how about, what if you started with one thing? Would that help? One thing? Right? So I want to accomplish one thing this year. This is what I'm gonna do monthly to do that, and this is what I'm gonna do weekly to do that. How cool would that be? One thing. Could actually change your whole year. Just the one thing. Some of you are not gonna even put business things, you're gonna put personal things, and that's okay with me. Okay? Because some of you go, I got the business kinda handled. I don't have home handled. Or I don't have my head handled. Or I don't have my team handled. I know some of the people in this room know they have to make a hire. Right? But they're reluctant for what, limiting belief probably. I think if we talk about it and get down to the crux of it. So, all right, so Gary Keller makes really good influence in this area because he personally lived it. He is addicted to real estate, right? Everybody knows him, knows. If you've heard him speak at Family Reunion or Mega Camp, he's addicted. He knows it. So he had to fix his life because home life was not good. He had at least one son, I believe, right? So this kid was growing up without a dad, really. So he had to figure it out. So this is what he did. He said, I'm going to set annual goals for my job. What's your job, by the way?
Lead generator.
Okay.
He's got all the right
I
answers.
know, he sits up front too, that's good. If you sit up front, you get like osmosis. Your job is really being a real estate salesperson, right? Most of you, that is your main job. That's how you make money. That's your job. Now, we go to personal. What's your job? Being a good mom, being a good dad, being a good son, right? Being a good sibling. You know, if one of my brothers calls me or my sisters call me, I'm there. Like, I'll get on a plane today, right? All right. Business. What's the difference between job and business?
Doing it as a job, how you do it put together would be your business.
Okay.
Business, you don't have to be there for to make money.
Mm.
It's making it for you.
Interesting.
I'm gonna kind of play on those words and that a job is something that you do and a business is something that you have.
Okay. Yeah. I like it. Yeah, so you don't necessarily plan your job, you plan your business, right? Your job kind of happens, like, you know, somebody says yes, and you're like, oh, okay, I gotta work now. Where do you want to meet? Right, so how about personal? Do you have annual goals personally,
Yeah.
not business?
Yes.
Can you, any of you mind sharing what your personal, what one personal goal might be?
I just actually set one with my kids and my wife, because we just came back from vacation on Sunday. And now our personal goal was, obviously, to go back as a family on another vacation next year. So I said, you know, we're all a little overweight, so I said, when we reach our desired weight,
Not Sherry.
at that moment, we plan another, we book another trip.
Good.
So that's our personal,
Mhm.
be healthy.
Good. I was talking about you.
What'd you say?
Did you hear it?
No.
This is Lisa Longbach, those of you who don't know. Who I was talking about the 411.
Oh,
You'll catch right on.
my favorite thing?
Yeah,
Did I say that?
His favorite thing. It wasn't my, 5 years ago, I didn't even like look at it.
that's what I said. I said you pushed away from it.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't believe in it. Can you tell why you believe in it now? Do you mind?
Why do I believe in it? For one, it just makes me look at my goals more than the one time that I actually do my goals. So I can't say I look at it every single day, except for it's on my desk. Parts of it are on my desk, on my little chalkboard, which is really kind of juvenile, but it's just the way that I do it. So that just tracks my listing appointments, listings, gotten, buyer appointments, buyer agency contracts signed, under contract settled, and reductions. I do reductions on there too.
Because
I
we're
think they're
shifting
like a
in the
huge
market.
way. Even before, it's like a thing to me to get a reduction, I just like it. So for the other things, for the financial, like when you put a giant number down to put into your SEP account, and then by September you haven't done it, it's like, oh, I don't have much time, I have to get that done. So it makes me do it. And a lot of mine is not business. So, you know, there's the business, the obvious. A lot of mine is, you know, golfing so many times a week and dancing so many times.
Sweet.
And, you know, getting a new roof. You know, it's
Mhm.
to me, that counts as, well, it could go under personal or financial.
Mm-hmm.
Because getting a new roof is investing in your house, which is investing in your finances.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And 7 vacations is on mine.
7.
7 is on my new one.
Wow.
I was 6. I hit 6. They don't have to be big. They don't have to be like you're going away for 10 days. They could be a long weekend,
Mhm.
in my mind.
Absolutely.
It works for you.
Anybody else have personal goals that you're setting? That you would like to share? I got a couple of looks like, I'm sure it's the environment.
Sometimes if it's sacred, it's better to keep it secret.
Correct.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? See, I think if you say it out loud,
Yeah.
it forces you to do it.
Like
if
an
I say I'm
affirmation.
going to
Yeah.
do it, it's like an affirmation partner. You have to tell somebody.
Yes, but she does not have to tell us.
Whisper it.
That's funny.
You can
Yeah,
whisper.
we won't tell
We
anyone
won't
else.
tell.
I mean,
Yeah.
half the people in the room know anyway, but I'm taking my personal goal is through creative writing and getting a book done.
Wow.
Awesome.
Great.
Well, now see, you
Now
have to
it's
do
not
it.
a secret.
And now you have to do it.
Quick pointer. John,
I did my comedy skit last year.
oh yeah, you
That's
did.
right,
Yeah.
yeah. Where is your 411, Nancy?
It's under those layers.
If you know Nancy's office, there's paper piles.
But
Mark,
it doesn't stop me from doing business.
no. Mark,
I'm learning how to play a new instrument, that's
great. Very cool.
Mandolin, if anybody's a mandolin.
Mandolins, wow.
A friend of mine's son is just like,
Jess, I heard John Maxwell at Mega Camp.
Yeah,
He was phenomenal.
yeah, we were there.
You were there, yeah. And I loved what he said about writing.
Every day.
You write every
Every
day.
day,
It's an appointment.
yeah.
You don't get distracted. If that's what you want to do, that's what you need to do.
I have a coach helping me, and my assignment is that I'm not allowed to put my head on the pillow at night unless I've written something that
Okay.
day, which is scary.
Let's correlate that to real estate.
Yeah,
You don't put your head on the pillow until you get a new appointment.
yeah. Yeah. Every day.
Would your behavior change
Yes.
if that was the rule? Just something to think about.
And it's a limiting belief if you don't think you can do it.
No, and your goal, your business plan might say, I only need 4 a month. So now it's once a week. So if Friday's coming and I don't have one, what am I doing? Yeah. Don't leave the office, sleep here. Torture yourself. How about financial goals? Do you have financial goals? what are your, I mean, not the numbers, what's your mindset on financial goals?
Pay off the American Express account.
Yes.
Okay? Pay off debt,
Yes.
Retirement.
retirement, make sure you
Buy
make
another
that set,
investment property, set payments, investment properties.
okay? Investment properties,
Even short term, like getting a new car because
Yep.
all this business of driving, my 10-year-old car, it's time to go.
it
I
becomes
love
an
my
office,
car,
mobile
but-
office.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so it's, that's on there.
That's a good goal, a good goal.
Preparing for income tax time.
Oh, yeah, sometimes we gotta catch up, haven't paid enough in our quarterly payments, right? That brings me to something, I'm gonna have somebody special come and talk about P&Ls, accounting type of thing, somebody, how we can get some,
LLC.
LLCs even. So we have a special guest coming soon, I'm just making arrangements now, so that'll be fun. So keep coming back to Wealth Building Wednesday, I promise you, I will bring you value that you can use. And that's my goal, one of my goals for the year, is to continue Wealth Building Wednesday, all right, and enhance it and make your lives better. And by doing this, guess what? It makes my life better. I hear your stories, I prepare for this, let me just tell you, I get better too. So it's two-way street, so I really appreciate all of you guys. How about spiritual? Do you have spiritual goals? Do you think about spiritual goals? Right? I like what, at the ALC clinic, Steve Chater is a big-time Keller Williams guy. I love what he said. Before he came to Keller Williams, he was, I think, number 3 in the state of Arizona or something, number 2 in the state of Arizona. They were selling hundreds of houses a year. No one did that back then, really, for the most part. And they were dominating, and his company was dominating and everything. It was realty executives, actually, back in those days. And his values were money and business, family if I had time, and God every so often if I thought about it, and faith. You know? And he knew that was whacked, that was messed up, and it was wrong, and he didn't know how to get out of that. And he got recruited by Mo Anderson, believe it or not, and Mo Anderson said, oh no, honey, oh no, it's God and family first, then business. And he went, how do you do that? Right? And she helped change his life, to change that around. Now, guess what? The guy makes so much money in profit share, he doesn't have to work. His team's still running without him, he's at the 7th level, and he's a poster child for Keller Williams and Gary Keller systems and models. Right? It changed his life, it wasn't about money. It was about being the best he could be. And the story that he told at ALC was worth my time and effort and everything, which is right there. Because it's hard to stay on top. That's why we have a system, a model in front of you right now to help you stay focused, right? It's not always hard, it's just something that we can do, right? So do me a favor, take out the 401, turn it over, and just do one of these subjects here. Just start in the annual section. I'm gonna give you like 3 minutes. Start writing and whatever you want down. Whatever you want down. So I just went on the Kelly app, and I said, what is the 411? And she gave it to me. And when you hit it, it comes up and explains exactly, the actual tool's here, but explains what it is and how to do it and all that stuff. Scroll around, explanations. It's all right here at your fingertips. You can hit combine, you know, not just do business, do all of them. It's really cool. By the way, that Kelly app, I swear to you, by this time next year, you're all gonna be using it like it's unbelievable and it's gonna run your business and I went to a lab for it, blew my mind and I went in skeptical. The technology that's coming, guys, you'll be able to get rid of everything you're paying for pretty much. Excuse me, is someone willing to share something they wrote down in their annual goals for 2019? Yes, Nancy.
I'd like to visit 6 lighthouses on the East Coast.
Interesting, awesome. I love that. John,
2 investment properties for the year.
you want to purchase too? Great. Leo?
I put down a couple actually for job goals. One is 24300 in the database touch, not just in there, but actually with a real campaign. Either it's 12 or 33 or the 8x8. It's just got to be touch. It's not touch. It's just taking up space. That and set a goal for lead generation 3 hours a day and a follow up 1 hour a day and learn all the documents and all the processes. I know how to buy one. Now I got to sell one.
Yep.
Sell a house.
Gotcha.
That's it so far.
Good for you, good goals. Yeah,
Recruit 5 new agents.
wow, awesome. I love that. Tell them what they're missing for being here, right? Come on.
First of all, I wanna implement the, Bill Phillips body for life plan
Okay,
to my workout.
awesome. I love that. We're all gonna Google who Bill Phillips is now, right?
Who was that? What's that?
Bill Phillips.
Okay.
Anybody else? Just something you wrote down you're willing to share?
I have my 7 vacations.
Yeah.
My 7 vacations. 2 investment properties and golf 2 times a week. It's very difficult this year.
Mhm.
The weather did not.
Yeah, I know, the weather's bad. Good goals. Bob?
Mine was to help my wife grow to the extent that I do, so there's not a gap. She's in a 9 to 5 at the moment, but, you know.
And she has a good job and she's really good at it, I will add that.
Yeah. But sometimes when you're stuck in that place, you don't get the benefit of getting the stuff that we get here.
Right.
And it can create a gap.
And can I say something about
Yeah.
that? Because I was on the other side. I was the 9 to 5 guy, my wife was here.
Yeah.
And when she would come home with those beliefs, I would actually bring her down.
Sure.
Because you don't, if you're not at least looking at the Kool-Aid, you're definitely not drinking it.
Yeah.
So
If you're not in the environment, it's hard to
It's hard.
understand it,
It's
right?
hard.
Yeah.
it's really hard.
Life program.
Yeah,
That way, yeah.
it's really hard.
And probably something to do with this, but I'm really interested in the seminar that's going to be on December the 14th for family and,
Masterminds,
yes,
for kids too.
yes.
Mhm.
And I want to bring my grandchildren.
Yes, do it, for sure, for sure.
That's a gift. Think about the impact for young kids to have, they'll teach us stuff.
And the region's going to honor Paul Allen there as a
Oh,
legacy
okay.
holder. That's probably not public knowledge, but
And my
That's
oldest
the key.
grandchild is in a gifted program, so, and I see, we all want the best for all our kids and grandkids, but she's going somewhere, I don't know where, but she's going somewhere.
I put the bold affirmations every morning in my house for them
Awesome.
to listen to,
Awesome.
even while they're sleeping. And then they wake up and they make fun of me. They're like, I am a robot, because they talk like robots. I eat nuts and bolts, and they start cracking up. But my youngest is kind of like I was, a negative thinker. Now he's coming around a little bit. And it's only been 2 weeks since I've been doing that.
Wow. You bold can do that?
Yeah.
Wow. That's cool.
Did you see the thing on Facebook with, it's the dad and the little boy in the back seat? He must be 5 or 6 years old, and I think it's only about a minute and a half. And it goes on about, I am a successful person, I'm gonna be educated, I'm going to
Yeah,
school.
every day.
And it's just like, it's just amazing to see that.
I
Mindset's
saw,
huge.
I saw one with a teacher doing that same thing, where one student greets all the students as they come in one by one. Have you seen that?
Yes.
And some of them want a hug. They're little. They're real little. Some want a hug. Some want a fist pump. Some want a high five. Whatever they want, he or she will do for them. And that teacher taught that. How cool is that? You know. That's a different environment than some of us grew up in at school. I have to say that, right?
Not even in school, even in our house.
Yeah.
You know, my dad was the person that did everything to save money, and I see that in myself. Like when we had to hire an assistant, I'm like, we don't have to hire an assistant. We're saving that money, but it was costing us money. And the day we hired that assistant, we made probably 12 to 18 more transactions.
Great. Awesome. So take a minute, let's say 2 minutes, take 2 minutes and go to the monthly based on what you wrote down for your annual. Go down one box and just fill out something you could do monthly to accomplish that goal. By the way, the more you write, the better, honestly, because nothing's wrong. It'll help you refine. What are key activities that would help your annual goals turn into monthly ones? And you know what? Keep going. The next slide. So this is monthly? Weekly. Keep going. Go down one more to the 4 blocks and block it out possibly per week. What could you do? What would be 3 to 8 key things that you could do to accomplish your annual goal, your monthly goal based on that? And then what could you do weekly? Some of us, it becomes so simple that we go, oh my goodness, I could accomplish this 1 week, you know, 1 day a week, or, you know, a smaller thing than we thought.
No.
The weekly goals are supposed to be basically actions or activities, something you do, not something you
Fine.
think
How's
necessarily.
everything?
Does that make sense?
Okay, I'll give it to you in a second. I'm in a meeting right now, okay?
And your weekly
Sure, I'll do it right
should
now.
accomplish your annual goal,
All right.
ultimately. but we're breaking it down to monthly. Let's say, for me, my team has to do, I'm just giving you an example, $2 million in volume per month. We wanna do, let's say, 24 million next year, all right? So then weekly, what do we have to do to accomplish 2 million a month in volume?
So there you have to know your numbers though, right?
You have to know your numbers, and that's where the spreadsheet comes in. I'm gonna go there in a second.
But we need that for this too, though, to see how many.
So what I would like you to do is take the business planning spreadsheet that we did last time, okay? Which I can send it to you again if you didn't get it, or if you didn't, you lost it or whatever. That should, on the business side of your 401, funnel right down, right? So now I know I need $2 million in volume a month, okay? If I'm to do that and my average sale price is $400,000 per transaction, how many do I need to, $400,000 transactions do I need to do? I need to do 5, right? 5 times 400,000 is 2 million, right? Per month. So now I know, my business plan probably said, if my average sale price is 400,000, I know I'm using a high number, I apologize. But if my average sale price is 400,000, my business plan probably says I need 5 closings a month,
Right. Now-
60 a year.
Now, we were talking about this also in the meeting, instead of doing it through a price or
Yep.
GCI, shouldn't we do it by transaction?
You can do it any way you want. I think if you go by transaction, it'll help you.
Right.
So that's why I'm saying 5,
Right.
because you're gonna, I'm saying an average sale price. If you track enough, you're gonna know what your average sale price is. So you can kind of predict it out. But yeah, I think, I think in different ways with numbers somehow bang around my head, but, so I think appointments first, conversions to listings second, right? It's my CGI guys, really. I mean, I went over this last time with you too, but, right? What do we track? Appointments, listings, buyers and seller sides, closings, right? GCI, that's what we track. What we found at Keller Williams, you track those 4 things, guaranteed success. Because you're gonna know where you're at and know what your action steps need to be to get there. John?
John, also on your appointment, my thought also is, I have to go by history and how many calls or how many contacts do I have to get that one appointment. So that'll be a starting point for my appointments, and then I break it down after that.
Yeah, so it's leads converting into appointments, right, yeah. All I know, John, is when you're in the business and you're doing 70 transactions as a team, the leads are just something. Like, it's okay. Do we need training in converting those leads? That's a good thing to know. But at the end of the day, how many appointments are we getting, guys? That's what I ask my teammates. How many appointments? I ask my team leaders, how many appointments do you have? Right? They get sick of it, but guess what? Sometimes I walk up to them and they tell me how many appointments before I ask them. Right? Because we know that GCI comes originally from appointments, right here. GCI, gross commission, right, for you, starts here. How many appointments did I have? Buyer and seller. How many listings did I take? Buyer and seller. These convert to those. Maybe I need training in here. That's a good thing to know. Mentoring.
Well, and I think it's interesting, because when I started to track, I realized I go in a lot of appointments that I don't get. And so business planning says 75%, I think,
Yeah.
conversion rate, and I
3 out
don't
of 4.
think, I'm not that high. And it's not as if they're listing with someone else. It's, sometimes you have to go out, or at least I do, to the house multiple times before they're actually ready to sign. And I don't count them until they're live. So I may sign a listing last month. It's not going live till this month. I don't count it as a listing until this month.
Yeah.
And it was frustrating to me, because I'm like, my conversion rate's not 75%, so I really need to adjust that.
So change your thinking a little bit. The first time you went out was 1. The second time you went out is still 1. Now you might need to
You may
evaluate.
say that,
No,
but it's an appointment.
I know. But so what I'm saying to you is you need to maybe evaluate based on this. How many times do I really need to go out to see these people? How much time do I spend? Am I being too lenient to that?
And sometimes it's just it's not, whatever the
Could a
condition
phone
of the
call handle
property.
it?
It could, sometimes I feel like I just wanna be in their face.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm not saying not, I'm not saying not.
Real far away,
But for me, is it possible I could send a teammate there
maybe.
if I don't have the time? Right? If it's hindering me from other business, it's just stuff we have to think about. This is high level thinking as a business person, not a salesperson, by the way.
Yeah, see, and I
That's what you wanna
consider
do.
it a listing appointment, because it's still, until it's signed, it's still a listing appointment in my mind, I still have to be.
So if I was your coach, it wouldn't count. Just saying.
Okay, all right,
That's it.
well, then my conversion
One.
rate's better.
Yeah, one, your first one counts. Yeah.
One thing my coach said recently is, she doesn't care how we count it, just as long as it gets counted.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Believe me, as a
as long
coach,
as
it's
you're
like,
consistent
track
counting
something.
What you're counting, then you can create the metrics from there.
Well, it was interesting, because one of the questions, and I know not everybody in here is in bold, but one of the questions in here, or for the people in bold, was from last year's business, how many did you have under contract? Or, no, buyer, tenant agency contracts. Well, you wouldn't know that unless you're tracking your numbers, because Keller Williams is not tracking that for you. Like, you meet with somebody, get them pre-approved, sign those documents, you know you have them. I have them, because I track it, and I keep it on a spreadsheet
Yeah.
for the last couple of years. But I
Yep.
thought that's an interesting thing that they're asking for, which I think most agents wouldn't know that answer, they would have guessed.
I talk to agents outside of Keller Williams all the time, and one of the things that astonishes me is they don't know how many houses they've sold, how much volume they've sold, and how much money they've made, and how much money they've spent. They don't know.
And what their average sale price is.
They guess. That's one they can guess at, that you're like, okay, that might be right.
I also think it's, like, for me, because I do, like, I'm at the extreme, I do like, 150,
Right.
but then I'll have 800.
Right.
It's like, it's not, it's always lower than what I would like it to be.
You're Bucks County.
I'm about,
Yeah.
yeah,
So. You're a good representative.
I am only here.
Yes. So your listings taken convert to closings, which converts to actual money, right? That's what this is. If you only track 4 things and you track that, I'd be super, super happy. I think there's some more you can track, and I think Lisa just mentioned some of them, but on her chalkboard. So we're gonna go back and just take a look at her
Well, it is on
chalkboard.
my chalkboard, but it goes on to a little mini spreadsheet for the year, and then I have last year with this year, which is just dashes is what I do on my chalkboard.
And this year to next year is gonna change because the market's changing.
GCI?
I'm sorry.
The CGI?
It'll probably be more listed.
This one?
than